When you're born into it, you do not need a certificate to do it. Good morning. When you were born into it, you do not need a certificate to do it. You know, I gotta do my ritual. I always light something. When you're born into it, good morning. When you're born into it, you do not need a certificate to do it. Damn, y'all. Matches keep breaking. When you're born into it, you do not need a certificate to do it. What do I mean? I understand that some people are going to get in here and say, thank you, Alexian. Oh, you got to have a license. Oh, you got to this, that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking to spiritually minded people. I'm talking to people that understand their purpose, their calling, their giftings. I'm talking to people that know who they are and whose they are and how to move in the earth. If you are born into it, when you are born into it, you do not need a certificate to do it. What do I mean? For example, I was driving Uber yesterday, and I picked up a person who immediately got in and started talking. He just began to share his life and share his thoughts and probably what was on his heart at the time. Thank you so much. And when he finished talking, he was on his way to work. When he finished talking, I began to speak. And I didn't say anything fancy, I don't think. I just answered his questions and I began to give him insight based upon my experience about his situation or about what I heard him say under the words that he was saying. Thank you so much. And by the time I got him to his destination, he was sitting up full force in the back seat, right between my center console. He was that close, listening to me. And when I got him to his destination, before he got out, he shook my hand. He said, wow, you should be in therapy. And he didn't mean I need therapy. He said, you should be a therapist. Because of the way you just explained all that and broke that down for me and to me and through me. Exactly. That was powerful. You've given me a lot to consider and think about. Thank you for sharing. You should be in therapy. And at that moment, you know, because I'm either humble or I still got some self-worth work to do, I kind of danced around it. But in the end, I said, yes. He said, you should offer that, like as a service to people, to talk to them through their things. And I said, yes, I do. And I smiled at him and shook his hand, and he went on about his day. And I'll probably see him again because it always works like that. But the reason I gave you that story and that example was to prove my initial statement of the day, which was, if you were born into it, you do not need a certificate to do it. I'm not a licensed therapist. I did not go to school for spirituality, personal growth and development. I did not. I loved psychology in college, and I always wanted to be a pastor, but I did not actually get licensed certificates to do any of that stuff. I am a licensed minister. That's about it. But because of who I am, because I've been born into this, because I've been called to this, my purpose shines no matter where I go. I talk people through stuff all the time in my everyday life. Because when you're born into it, you do not need a certificate to prove that you are who you say you are. You do not have to have a certificate to prove that you do what you say you're going to do. Any space I walk in, I can redecorate it because it's who I am. It's what I do. I transform people and places and lives and spaces. It's just who I am. I'm a transformer. I'm MelTheMessenger. Therefore, I always have a message for someone. So I'm here this morning to help you align with your divine self by letting you know and remember, yes, that you don't have to have the proof of certificate. You don't have to have certain people lift your name up online to say who you are. You don't have to feel like you got to go back to school for every little thing you want to do. I'm reminded right now of a scripture that says, let your light shine that man may see your good works and glorify the Father in heaven. Although there's a lot more to that scripture than what we've been taught in church, it is coming to my mind right now because of the let your light shine part, Alexian. Thank you. When you walk in the light, when you walk in the light, nobody can put it out. I'm getting religious in my soul this morning. I hear a song too. I want to sing it so bad, but I don't want y'all to laugh at me. Walk in the light, beautiful light. Do you know it? Anyway, I come out of church, so y'all might not know it, but good morning, Naya. Thank you. Same to you. I said all that to say, stop waiting for proof of purpose. I said all that to say, stop waiting for proof of purpose. You are the proof. I'm reminded of another scripture, and all this is coming to me right now this morning. I don't even know why. I don't even read the Bible no more like that, y'all. Of when Jesus said, who do you say I am? And if you really want to dive down deep in that, the scripture is not a person, Jesus, a man, asking another man, who is he? What it's trying to tell you is that you are who you say you are. And nobody can take that away from you. And if you remain in the light and you continue to walk in the light, it will shine. It will shine. Thank you so much, Alexian. Oh my goodness. It is not your job to prove who you say you are. It is your job to walk in the light. So my opening statement, my opening thought, my opening message was this. You were born into it. No, I don't want to close. You do not need a certificate to do it. You do not need a certificate to prove it. There's some things, some industries that people go into that they have to have paperwork to go with it. If that's what you're called to do, then yes, take the proper steps to do that. But what I'm saying is this: when you walk in your purpose, you don't need proof. Good morning, Bliss. Calling comes from within. Absolutely. The topic, Bliss, is you were born into it. You do not need a certificate to do it. You were born into it. And you know what that thing is. Some of us have the gifts and the callings, but we may not necessarily be getting paid for them. That's okay too. It doesn't stop your light from shining. It does not stop your purpose from proving. Okay? Now charge what you need to charge if that's what you want to do. If that's what you're called to do. But when it is who you are, it's going to come out no matter what situation you're in. I remember I used to feel like, dang, everywhere I go, people pull on me and they ask me questions and I start talking and they want to hear more and they want answers and they want all this direction. And I'm like, I'm working for free. Because this is who I am, this is what I do. And the Spirit spoke to me and said, no, this is who you are. You don't have time to send an invoice every time I send somebody to you. Be who you are. Stop holding back. Stop withdrawing love. Stop withdrawing the giftings and callings. Stop doing that. No amount of money can compare to God's word. When you're born into this thing, you don't have a certificate. I don't have time to invoice everybody that hops in my car that I drive Uber in, that I tell them their life story before they get out. I just talk. My name is MelTheMessenger. So I always have a message. And I don't always have time. That's right. He who informs himself. I don't always have time to do a transaction. Not in that form. But the transaction is made in the spirit. You have to know like you know like you know. You know the areas of your life that you operate gifting in. Sometimes most of the time I mind my own business. I really don't want to talk. If y'all knew me in real life, I talk because I'm led to. I talk because I have to. I can't help it. It's like telling a bird not to fly. What we don't need is another Candace Owens. Wouldn't you agree on getting? Who is that? I don't know anything about that. That's not what my page is for. I don't know. What does Candace Owens do? So I just came this morning to remind you that your gifts and callings are your gifts and callings. When the phone rings, when the call calls, you answer. When we withhold things for people, when we withhold a gift, it's actually like puts a spirit of like poverty on you. You're supposed to freely give. The ones that are meant to be set apart for a financial transaction will happen. But I'm on here talking to y'all right now for free. This is what I do. It's who I am. Matter of fact, what you do and who you are two different things. You can't stop the who. It don't matter where I go. The grocery store, go on a walk, go to the gym. I'm just here to work out like everybody else. Somebody at the front desk, they need my energy. They need my message. So they start pulling on me. I give it to them. Now their life changed. Do you seek the guidance you give from those around? I know God's answers, but do you crave connection? Mm-mm. I love deep connection. It's one of my one of my top characteristics. Deep connection is one of my things, but I don't seek it. I'm by myself 99% of the time. I don't crave it. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. I don't crave it. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the likes. I love y'all. I love y'all. I came on a little earlier this morning. I didn't know if anybody was going to. Good morning, Latrice. Okay, I guess I'm finished. When I get quiet, I know my words are few. Do you have like-minded people in your life then? I have a like-minded person in my life. I don't have multiple people. It's very few that I'm noticing like-minded people like me. My like-mind. Sometimes I think I'm a bit too much for folks. Or what I require of people is too much sometimes. Well, for example, this conversation here. I'm a deep connection, thought transforming person. So, most people are surface level people. Over 90% of the population is walking dead. So when they meet someone who's alive, like me, it's kind of like they're either really intrigued by it, or it kind of scares them off because I require a certain level when you're around me. Like, I'm a truth teller, truth seeker. So most people are living a lie. So being around the truth is too much. I'm just real, If you come around me and you complaining all the time, I'm going to point out that you are doing this to yourself and you need to clean up your act if you want your life to change. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not a real coddler in a sense. So I think me requiring people to be more and to elevate and come up higher is something that most people don't really want to do. It's too much work. What other truth do you see? There is no other truth. There is just the truth. There is no other truth. There is only the truth. See how I responded back to you? Most people would be like, that's deep. Like, why are you being deep? Most people just want to have a regular shoot the breeze conversation, but I'm not here for small talk. No, I'm here for God talk. We can either be quiet or we can talk about something that's going to elevate us. Most of the time, you should be quiet anyway. Then what's your main truth? Personally, I believe in many truths. Many things can be true, but there is only one truth. I'm finna go. I'm finna go. Many things can be true, but there's only one truth. The truth is you. So I sit in a place right now in my life is that I am the truth. So if there's anything about my life going on around me, then I look within first. I go within me and I find the truth and the answer and I fix it there. Nothing going on outside of me is true. The truth is only what you believe about you. And if I say it like that in that sense, yes, that's going to be different for everybody. What you believe about you is true in any scenario. If you believe you're broke, you're broke. If you believe you're blessed, you're blessed. And that's all I got about it. Say about it. Okay, may God bless you, keep you. I love you. Thank you for being here. So, I am that. Love you. How are you this morning? Thank you so much. You are exactly who and what you say you are. And everything around you is going to correlate to what you say that is. So if I tie that back into the original message, the original story, I am MelTheMessenger, and I always have a message. That's my truth. So it makes sense to me that when I step outside my house, people are going to want to hear a message from me. People are going to come to me for answers. All my job is to do is to point them back to themselves. So think about that today. I'll leave that with you. Who are you? How do you want to be seen? If you don't like your situation that you're looking at, go within you and change it. Are we the way we are or the product of around us? You are the way you are. Even if the product of what's going on around you is what it is, you decide if that affects you or not. That's why two people can grow up in the same household and turn out to be completely different people. One person decided differently than the other. If you don't like your life, you can change it today. Trader Drummer, you in here again? Good morning. I bless you. Alexian, you hear me? No matter what's going on around you, if you remain true to you, whatever you say you is, that's what you will receive. That's why some people were able to walk around and not get COVID, and a lot of people did, and some people died. You are who you say you are. If you walk in divine health, you walk in divine health. No matter what situation you walk into, I am divine health. It takes a lot of mind work, a lot of mental treatments. It takes a lot of work to get there. I'm working on myself all the time. I'm nowhere where I thought I want to be, but I'm working on it all the time. Okay? Love y'all. I'll see you again in the morning. And I can say that because I am consistent. Okay? Take care. Thank you for being here. You made my morning. You made my morning. Oh my goodness. Love it all. Love it all. Thank you for my lit up rose. Oh my God. I never had that before. You spoiling me. Spoiling me. I receive it all. I receive it all. If I could hug you in real life, I would. Decide who you are right now and move through your day that way. See ya. Who do you want to be ya?